Okay, Shalom, Shalom. It's the brother Kadash. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, and Kakadash. So this is the Book of Clarence review. So we did like a pre-review of the movie when we were in the theater. So I'm just coming back to finish the full review. So I'm going to grab some precepts and stuff too. But I just want to start off by saying, like, I give this movie a good rating. I like the movie. It's not what people thought it was, you know. It's real. I like it. I like the real movies. I don't like all the fake shit, you know what I mean? The good guy always win type shit. I don't really like that. I like it because it's real, because, you know, he wasn't mocking who the world calls Jesus. That's what people thought the movie was going to be about. First off, it was good to see our people portrayed as the Israelites that we are, right? But he wasn't mocking the Messiah, you know? This is a real life. This is what happened with a lot of our people when they come in the truth, you know? At first, well, let's just say at first you are kind of scoffing. You don't believe, you know, you believe in what you see and what you know is real. That's the atheist kind of approach of it. And you like, nah, man, that power ain't real. And that's what I liked about this movie, man. It shows, you know, if you got faith and you believe, it shows that that power is real, man. That's real power, and we gonna be getting that power, you know. So it gave me more of a faith boost. But it just showed the journey of a man from unbelief working himself to belief, you know what I mean? And then at the same time, hold up, slow. Hey, hop in the other side. You do this for you. And then at the same time, it just shows him working his way from unbelief to believing, you know what I mean? And I kind of like to see his journey, you know, of trying it different ways, you know. And that's when it talks about the straight gate, the straight way. That's the only way into the truth. He tried different ways, you know what I mean? He tried to get people to follow him. He tried to make up things. We're talking about the movie, The Book of Clarence.
Right.
Yep. He tried to, you know, set some slaves free. He got one of them to follow him. He tried different ways, but none of that worked for him. And I liked in the movie also how it shows that the Lord could actually, when he walked on water, because I was trying to figure it out from the previous, how's he gonna walk on water? I thought either him and the Romans had set something up that was fake. That's what I thought it was gonna be, but actually he got that power that was given to him by the Lord. So it shows you that the Lord can put that power on you, and that's biblical, because Peter did walk on water too. He fell in when he stopped believing, but he did walk on water. And from the movie, it shows that the number one thing I got from the movie was unbelief is what got us in this situation we in today. And the only way we gonna get out is by belief. That's the only thing that's, because just like him, he tried different ways. He had a warrior. They tried to fight. None of that worked. The only way that, you know, he ended up getting saved, because he ended up getting brought back to life at the end, was through what? Him believing.
Yeah, because
I'm finna send you these precepts I want.
the Most High never for the unbelievers, and there was people in the crowd that believed, because Thomas was in the crowd, so Thomas already knew.
Shit, yeah, he had all his disciples that believe. A lot of people believe, but the thing is like, it just showed the journey of the people that didn't believe converting over. So that's what made the movie great. I would definitely watch the movie again. It shows that journey is real. People don't just pop up and, oh, I believe in the Lord. You know, you have questions, you know what I mean? You have, how did he do that? What's the trickery behind this? You know what I mean? What do you know rather than what you believe and never seen? You know what I mean? He and his friend tried to warn him when he seen the true powers of the Messiah, you know? And that's kind of like what we doing today. You know, we telling people, we coming out on the highways and byways without even seeing the Lord, and we telling people, look, that power is real. And we telling people, like, look, you got to have faith. This is the real deal. You know, and then when the Lord come, you know, you gonna want to be a part of salvation, you know? You got it.
Precept. Excuse me. Romans 1:20. It said, for the invisible things of him, excuse me, for the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen. Meaning, like, you can see that he exists just by looking at the trees and just by looking at, you know what I'm saying, the birds, the bees, stuff like that, right?
And the prophecies.
Yeah, and the prophecies. It's a world are clearly being seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. So that's why when when he walked on water, everybody knew that he wasn't the well, he had a lot of people fooled that he was the Messiah, but it was people out there that knew that he wasn't. You see what I'm saying? But the Most High, he
gave him that power.
Yeah, he gave him that power, and he made himself known through him. You see what I'm saying? Because he made this man this who everybody was calling a nobody. You see what I'm saying? He turned him into somebody.
He
right
turned
there.
to a believer too. Because when he walked on water, then he believed. That's when he started to believe in the Lord.
Yeah, right.
Because he knew it was like a miracle. Like, damn, I'm really walking on water, and I know I'm not shit. But it kind of shows you who the Lord deals with. The Lord don't deal with the dude that's always like, you know what I mean, perfect and shit like that. The Lord deals with the roughnecks, the sinners, the ones that need extra work getting it together, you know, and the Lord will bring them into the truth, you know what I mean? You know, he was completely going against the Lord. And he was completely going off, but the Lord still had that compassion.
And what made it even more powerful is because he didn't believe. His belief was so strong that he was trying to turn people into not believing with him. Like, you see what I'm saying? So just like Elijah, who was with him, even after Elijah seen the miracle that the Messiah did by stopping the rocks, and he went back and told him, and he still was trying to convince Elijah that that's not what he's seen and that it wasn't true. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So yeah.
Grab those precepts I'll send you, because I got this.
Oh, you want me to, it's precepts for here?
I'll send them to you. Yep, those ones. Yeah. Yeah, man. So it was a great movie. It was a great movie to me. It showed them getting high in there. It showed them how they had like a lighter looking thing. Really, it showed you that it's nothing really new. The same thing that they was going through then in ancient times, same thing we going through today. It's just more advanced technology.
Yeah, they
racing. Showed you the similar. They was racing like we race cars. They was racing horses. You see what I'm saying? People smoke weed. They was smoking weed throughout out of it.
Yeah, they was calling it ungodly herbs.
Yep. The whole ID thing. When police pull you over, which what we've been telling you, the Americans, right? The Edomites, the white people, they're no different than the Rome. They're the same people that was the ruling class in Rome.
Is that Ecclesiastes or cuss?
Ecclesiastes. It's the same people that was in Rome. That's why it says in Revelation, even those that pierced him shall see what he comes about.
And that's how you know
the Romans.
And that's how you know that we existed in the first century, because we literally seen verbatim back in Romans. Right, I mean,
Rome, yeah.
With the Rome, in Rome, how we like, because if you a so-called black or brown man, you been through what you seen them going through. Somebody like it's been plenty of times I just been pulled over. Literally, it's been plenty of times I ride past a cop, and he will literally, and I won't be doing nothing wrong, seatbelt strapped, and he'll literally turn around, bust a U-turn, turn around and pull me over, and then come up with some crazy excuse why he just pulled me over just to get my information.
Yep, and that's what they were doing on that too. And then like, okay, so Rome, we know Rome had like Europe, and they had like North Africa. I think they had Egypt at a point in time, and they had all of Israel, or most of Israel at a point in time. So you just got to go look back up how Rome had expanded, you know, and what did Rome have to do with Israel and stuff, and how they had them, and how they took all that land and stuff like that, which is the Edomites, and it's the same thing they've been doing, and the same thing they doing right now. They got Europe right now, they got Israel right now. It's the same thing, and I'm happy that movie showed that. The Edomites had possession of that land, and they always had possession of that land since they went in there in 70 AD and took the land. And the Israelites, it's our land, you know, so-called black people, is our land, and we always been a part of that, man. And it shows you in that movie, it's the same thing that we go through today. They stop you, let me see your ID. And then they had to pull out their IDs. It's the same thing today. Police pull you over, let me run your ID.
All they doing is walking.
Yep.
And they, look, right?
They execute you like they was executing them.
And they were saying, right, that's how you know, like, because they used to always say, they'll give you a description. Right, they'll say something is going on in this neighborhood, and then they'll give you a description and just say that you fit this description, but you don't fit that description. Because they said, you guys fit the description of some break-ins that's been going around.
Yeah.
And when they showed him the description, dude had on a pharaoh hat. You know what I'm saying? He had on a little tutu dress or whatever you call them, things that they was wearing back in the day. And they wasn't dressed nothing like that. They had on full body garments, hair nappy. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But just because they was black, they was, yeah, I got it.
Yep, for sure, yep. And that's the same thing that goes on today. But, you know, people will say that we just bullshit and saying that, but we can feel it because we live it. They can't really see it because they don't really live it, you know, because they ain't for them. But those messages in that movie, we really felt them because we really lived these. Just like when they tried to kill the big dude, and he said, look, y'all, he looked at everybody, he said, look, he attacked me again, but he didn't. He just defended himself and smacked him to the ground.
Right.
But he said, look, he attacked me again. That gave him clearance to go try to kill him.
Yeah.
It's the same thing they do to you on the street.
Yeah, he was running off.
Yep. And it's the same thing. And the dude, he said that. He said, look, no, he was running off.
Them saying, I fear for my life, and so they shot and killed him.
Yep. It's the same thing they do today.
But he was unarmed.
Yep.
Running away. Thing. That's how they did Michael Brown.
Yep. And that was that Ferguson?
Yeah.
Yeah, up there by St. Louis. Yep. So yeah, it just shows you, you know, we go through those same. You got that one? Yeah. We go through those same things today, right? Yeah.
It's Luke 14:27. And whosoever doeth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple.
So it's showing you that, what did he do? He had to bear his cross. He got crucified on the cross, but he became the Lord's disciple at the end because the Lord brought him back to life when he was in the tomb, and he told him, and he got an idea, was to go spread the truth of the Lord. You know what I mean? So, but he had to bear his cross. He had to go through his trials and tribulations. He had to hit his head, learn the hard way. He had to be put to death. You know what I mean? But he bear his cross, and that's what you got to do. We bearing our cross every day.
Yeah, because even though the Lord had 12 disciples that walked with him day by day, you see what I'm saying? Those wasn't just all the disciples that he had.
Nah, he had many and many disciples.
Yeah, that's why I said he had many disciples. Like, we will be considered, people that's doing his work are considered the Lord's disciple. You see what I'm saying? Because you out preaching the word, you doing exactly what he was doing. So you a follower of him. You see what I'm saying? So you doing exactly what he was doing. The mission that he was on, you on that same mission.
Right. I'll get that next one. But, I mean, that's just how it is. Sometimes, you know, you go through ups and downs before you get it, man. But that don't mean that you can't get it and you can't be one of the Lord's disciples and one of the elect. You got that next one?
Ecclesiastes 1:9.
Yeah.
The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun.
Right. So you see that's what we was just talking about in that movie.
Yeah.
You know, it's no new thing under the sun. All the same shit we do today was the same shit that they was showing inside that in that movie.
Literally.
So that's how we felt. We was like, oh, that's how we live today. It's just technology and shit in advance.
So it really ain't gonna be no different. Like it's literally the same. Just technology.
And I want to speak on it because it's like they do the same thing today. Anybody that's become like a black leader, they kill them. They did it with Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey or whatever his name is. When the president Gaddafi in Libya tried to help us, put him to death. Yahweh Ben Yahweh put him to death. Many other men the list goes on and on that try to help black people and be like what they call a black messiah. So they showed that in this movie that they had orders from up top, you know, pretty much saying whoever's a messiah, kill him. That's who they was trying to look for. That's why they crucified the white dude, and they show how our people start worshiping the white dude just because he was white. You know what I mean? They crucified him because they see him giving away money or just dropping money and people was picking it up. And then they said, we got to kill anybody that's a messiah that's trying to help these people. We got to kill them. We got to eliminate them. So it's the same thing you see they do today.
Yeah.
Anybody that steps up and try to help Kanye West, they crucify your image. If they can't do that, then they put you to death or they take all your money. So anybody, and that goes back to the curses. The Lord said no man will redeem us. So just like I said, unbelief is what got us in this predicament. And belief is the only thing that's going to get us out. Ain't nobody else going to get us out, man. The only way we getting out the predicament that we in is by believing in the Lord and when the Lord comes back and saves us. You got that?
Revelation 13:3. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast.
Right, so the deadly wound was healed. So the Roman Empire kind of shows you in this movie how they had power over the blacks, which are the actual Jews, the Israelites. But that deadly wound was healed. So when Rome went down, right? Because you had you had our captivities. You had Egypt. That was our first big major captivity. But then you had Babylon. You had the Persian and Medes. Then you had the Greeks. And then the Greeks, from the Greeks, and went to the Romans. Then they went down. The Rome went down, right? And then after that, you had the Dark Ages, really. And then
Yeah.
I
think what you was just naming all the 7 captivities, or you just
No. I'm going through it. Yeah, you had it was basically what you was finna say. Yeah, you had the Dark Ages, and then after the Dark Ages, they came back in power. You talking about with the French, and Germans, yep, and all that, and then the British, and then we know where America comes from. That America comes from Great Britain. So we gotta stop acting like these people just some random people over here living over here, and they own separate people. No, they got traces, and they go back to a people. Right? And the same thing with the black people over here. We're not just black people, random black people over here, and this is our only identity going back to slavery. We trace back to a people too, which are the Israelites, man. It's just, you got to do some research, but it just shows you that those Romans, they're back here today. That deadly wound was healed, and now they're known as Mystery Babylon the Great, which is known today as America.
Yeah, that same
doing
spirit,
the same thing.
That same spirit that's on them. You got to think that the people that we living amongst today are the descendants of the people of Rome.
Yep.
And the people of Rome are the descendants of the people of the nation who was before them, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? So they got that. So they carrying that same spirit.
Yep.
So it's a natural envy. It's a natural hate towards us. So it's like, you see what I'm saying?
It goes back deeper than what you think, even deeper than that. And then, like, now they not crucifying you, putting you on a cross, but they carry crosses.
Right.
They crucify your soul and your spirit when they get you in those churches and lie to you and get you to deceive you to sin against the Lord.
Yeah, and what is that? That's a psychological that's like a psychological slavery. You see what I'm saying? Because when you see that cross, what it's doing is like, you know what I'm saying? If it's kind of like PTSD. You see what I'm saying? Because when we see that cross, what we think about? We think about the crucifixion of the Lord.
Yep, the strongest one of us.
Yeah, so that puts fear in us. You see what I'm saying? It's like, oh, dang, I remember when, like, how they did the Lord on the cross. So it's kind of like keeping us, it's like a reminder, like, yeah, y'all get out of line. You see what I'm saying? It's not something to be worshipped. It's not something to be looked upon to, like, like, oh my God, yeah, that's a cross. And then you, like, you know what I'm saying? That's not gonna bring us no healing. You see
it just shows that they got power over us, because they like, look, we killed the strongest one of y'all Lord, y'all Savior, the one that was coming back to save y'all. We killed them.
Yeah.
So they put that cross on your face, and they try to do it in a deceptive way to get you to worship the cross, say that this belongs to the Lord or it represents the Lord. But reality is, it's in your, not so that you know in your mind, but it's in your spirit. Your spirit knows.
Yeah.
Your genes know that. Okay, when they put that in front of your face, that's their symbol. Like, look, this our power.
Remember?
We crucified your Lord. You know what I mean? We killed them. You know what I mean? And that kind of try to, like I said, like, get you in your place as being a good slave. Like, man, they ain't really nothing we could do, because look, they killed our Lord. So it's like, don't buck up against us. But what they don't understand is our Lord coming back. Our Lord's gonna come back. And that's the part that they scared of, and that's what they trying to prepare their space force for. That's what they trying to prepare everything for, is to fight against the Lord when he do come back to save us. You got that next one?
Yeah, it's Luke 5:32. I came not to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance.
Right, and that's what we out here to do. We ain't really got time to be, there's brothers in the truth, we going back and forth, bickering, arguing with them. What did it say in Revelations? Hey, let them that's unjust be unjust. That's in Revelations 21, or maybe 22. And let them that's holy, let them be holy. But we focus on the brothers that is in sin, that's living in sin, that don't believe, to get the message out to them so we could convert them to the truth so they could be saved. You see what I'm saying? Like, hold on, let me turn my brightness up a little bit, so that they could be saved. You know what I mean? That's our job to do. Our job ain't to get online and go rebuke and just talk shit about different people all day. Now, do you rebuke brothers when brothers going off and you see it come by you? Yeah, but that's not our main job to do that all day. Your whole channel is a clickbait channel, and all you doing is just exposing brothers and calling them agents. That's not what we in this truth for.
Yeah, and it's like, it's way bigger than that. Because why you only targeting a certain group? You see what I'm saying? Why you only targeting the brothers in the truth?
And we know the reason why they doing that, because they build themselves up by, it's just like the Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather thing. You gotta have an opposition to build yourself up. It's the same thing. So you will see, like, one of the biggest camps, IUIC, they attack the Christian church because they getting the Christian church followers to convert and switch to them.
Yeah.
So they kind of taking, they eating off their power, off the church power. You know what I mean? Then you'll see GMS, they'll be targeting IUIC because they eating off IUIC power. What is their whole message? Their members, they need to get up out of there. They need to wake up to smell the coffee. Pretty much they need to teach what GMS teach.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So you just building yourself up off another man's shoulders. That's pretty much what they doing, but we ain't gonna get all into that. The goal is...
Regarding that,
go ahead.
Proverbs 27:5. Open rebuke is better than secret love. So we want to rebuke brothers, you know what I'm saying? Because the job is to bring brothers into the truth. But that's not, it's a certain way to do it. You see what I'm saying? That's why I say, why is the brothers that we watching only, like, it seems like they on, I mean, that's really what it is, because they do everything online. So if they not rebuking the brother, they not online. So when they not online, you know what I'm saying, if you see just a random Joe Blow in the stove, you see him eating pork or somewhere, you see him going off, are you gonna speak on it to him? Maybe they don't know. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So bring the sinners in, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But, you know, at the same time, it's just a way to do it, because it talks about wiping the dust off your feet, too, if they receive you not. Right. So you're not supposed to be going years and years and years and years talking about the same dude. Exactly. You still rebuking him out loud for 10 years straight. Nah, that's something different, bro. That's based off your understanding. That's something different. Go out there and find the sinners and convert them to the truth. You got that next one?
Yeah, what verses were you in?
Like 25 or 22 or something like that. No, not 22. 25. I like this one of my favorites.
Revelation 2, verse 25. But that which ye have already hold fast till I come.
Keep going.
And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
Keep going.
And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I receive of my Father.
So now you see what that means, because in the movie, what did he do? I mean, what did the Father do from the heavens? He gave him power to walk on water. So it shows you that the Lord could give us. We don't understand it because we humans, you know what I mean? We not that advanced as the Lord. So we don't really understand it, but the Lord could put power on you, bro. This is like the same thing that happened with Moses during Exodus, splitting the sea. The Lord gets credit for doing it because he's giving you the power. But he could put that power on you, and you can get to doing shit that you don't even know. You ain't never think you could do. You know, your life might be on the line, because the dude he said, look, if you fall in there, you're going to drown. Just like the Romans that was jumping in the water, they started drowning. So your life could be on the line when all hell break loose, and your back could be in the corner, and you could think, this is it for me. They got me. Right. And the Lord could give you some power. You see what I'm saying? You might do the Matrix thing. They might shoot 100 bullets at you. Got you. I'm dead. You hear all them bullets go off, and then next thing you know, all that shit just stop in front of you like Neo in the Matrix. The Lord could give you power, man. And the Lord said he gonna give us power. That's why we just read that.
Yeah, and another thing that I had seen too in that movie that I thought was so powerful, it just goes to show you what the scriptures talk about, that man's goings are of the Lord. You see what I'm saying? So he didn't even want to be a follower of the Lord, because he didn't even believe, but the Lord wanted him. You see what I'm saying? And when the Lord wants you, he got you. You see what I'm saying? And so that's just what it was. So like that's why he ended up becoming a believer at the end. And you know, ain't no telling what he went off and did. The movie ended after that. Ain't no telling what he went off and did after that. You see what I'm saying? But yeah.
So overall, I thought it was a good movie. I appreciated that movie. I liked the message in that movie. It tricked people. It wasn't what people thought it was. It wasn't just making mockery of the Lord. That wasn't what the movie is about. Because they showed the Lord in the goodness throughout. Anytime they showed the Lord in a movie, it was something positive, good. It was just this guy's journey that he was mocking the Lord until he woke up to the truth. So it was actually a lot of movie.
A lot of people going through it today.
Yep. Big fact. So we gonna leave it there. We're gonna give our praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakakadash.